Hi, class. The grading on the decision module has been completed, so I kind of wanted to go through this. Um, Once again, as I did the grading, I uh, I tracked a list of best practices, and it was the biggest list I've had yet. So you did a great job with this module. Um, Let me make a few points here. I think this is Lydia's response. Notice how clearly she's marked star and in her response. So nice job here, Lydia. This one here, you got the DEI, DI, and then we got the ET. Once again, it's clearly marked using diet in the challenge. This was Lauren's. So nice job here, Lauren. Um, they're the best practices for the decision module. There was a lot of interest in groupthink. I wanted to talk for a minute about groupthink. Groupthink is when the leader or the group uses power or coercion to get agreement from the dissenting voices, and that's without considering their argument. Now, historically, when our government has done this, typically the results have not been good. It's kind of been a disaster. So the the first well-documented example was during the Kennedy administration in the 1960s, and it was during the Cuban crisis, and President Kennedy actually used power or coercion to run over a couple of generals in the meeting, and the result was the Bay of Pigs, and that was turned out to almost start a nuclear war. And these two generals were saying, hey, the Bay of Pigs was not a good idea. No one thought through their dissension. The next big one that comes to mind for me, and for some of you may have been, you may be old enough to remember you when you were in school, but um, schools all over the country told the kids tomorrow's going to be a big day. We're going to bring a TV in the room, and we're all together going to watch as NASA launches a school teacher into outer space. That was the Challenger. And the problem was they'd used groupthink to meet the launch deadline, and they ran over a couple of engineers who were saying, hey, we could have a problem with O-rings under certain weather conditions. And sure enough, we traumatized a bunch of kids as they watched the Challenger launch and explode. Later, similar example from NASA when you had engineers saying, hey, we could have some problems with heat shields, and Columbia disintegrated over the state of Texas. So what you need to do in a group when there are dissenting voices, you need to consider their argument. And if necessary, inside an organization, this is possible, you need to investigate it and either eliminate the argument or consider the risk or stop the what the majority want. Like, for example, with NASA, they should have taken more time, delayed the launch, and corrected the O-ring problem. By doing that, they would have guaranteed the safety of the launch. Same way with Columbia, that the heat shields should have been examined before, or the launch should have been delayed. Heat shields should have been examined. And in the Bay of Pigs, if had they given full consideration to the dissenting generals, they would have not done the Bay of Pigs. They would have had an alternative strategy. So that's a little bit about groupthink. Before I get off here, let's take a look. I just opened the leadership module. Notice behavioral interview question. Tell me about a time that you took the lead on a difficult project. In your example, differentiate when you led compared to when you managed the project. And once again, use star, and use star similar to how Lydia did it. Then in the IDC challenge, once again, use diet similar to how Lauren did, or even put the letters out into the left margin, even more clear that way. In your important term or concept, it helps if you place that in bold. That way people can quickly see what term you're highlighting here. Notice in the exam question, no TF or fill in the blank. We've got the lead instrument. I think you should have fun with that. So try that out. And also we're looking at feedback on future courses right here on question 6. And then you've got your 5 posts for the group discussion. So I hope you're enjoying the class. Thanks.